Yes, lads, get on. We are back with another YouTube video. This is going to be episode, I think, 6 of the off season. So today, I'm just going to take you through my workout today. I have just changed gyms again, so we've changed away from Zone in Truro, because that was like a 25-30 minute drive each way. And we're back at K2 in Newquay in town. So it's literally a 5-minute drive away. I could probably walk there if I wanted to, but it would take me like 25-30 minutes. So for time's sake, we've changed gym. The great thing about that gym in Newquay, K2, is that the guy that owns it, Dirk, he updates the kit pretty frequently. So it's really nice to like actually join back to the gym after maybe like 6 months or so of not going. And there's like a shitload of new kit there, which is awesome. I've not changed my program yet. So I'm still going to be running I changed it a few weeks back, tailored to the other gym, but I'm just going to be running a similar session to what I've already planned in today. So it's going to be a pull session today at K2, which is only 5 minutes away. So I'm not going to be out of the house for 3 hours. I'm going to be out of the house for 2 hours at absolutely most. So we're going to go through, as I just said, the pull session. I'm going to keep my mic on throughout the session, so I might talk throughout the session, or I might do a bit of a voiceover. You just have to wait and see. And we are going to do a bit of a physique update at the end, because I am now officially, June the 1st, 8 months post show. The last few weeks for me have been a little bit up and down in regards to like where my body weight's been. Just because I've gotten ill, then we got a new puppy. So like we've had a few sleepless nights or very little sleep throughout the nights, which obviously is going to affect like cortisol levels and recovery and hunger and all that sort of stuff. So things have been a little bit up and down for the last like 3-4 weeks or so, in regards to that sort of stuff. But progress is still being made, lifts are still being progressed, food is still going in, still eating real clean. Weight progression has just been a little bit slower. But anyway, I've been rambling on for too long for the start of this video, so I'm going to get stuck into it today. Come along with me. Make sure to drop a like, drop a comment if you have not already, and of course subscribe. I'm trying to build this channel up to, I don't know, let's say like 500 subscribers by the end of the year. We're not even halfway there yet, and we're halfway through the year. So yeah, let's get to bloody work. If you got any friends or family that are interested in training, bodybuilding, specifically doing it naturally, that might be interested in watching some random geezer train, then send them the old channel. Anyway, let's get into the session. Let's go. So exercise 1 is pull-ups. Obviously before we're just getting straight into the raw pull-ups, we're going to do some scapular pull-ups first. So these are great for just general shoulder mobility and actually being able to use the shoulders or the back for the function they're actually designed for, which is protraction and retraction. So we're kind of getting a nice bit of blood flow in those areas first, and then obviously going to get into the actual sets of pull-ups. So I'm going to just do 2 sets of scapular pull-ups. So 1 more set, and then into the pull-ups. Number 1. Set 2. I can feel my forearms getting a little bit too engaged, so we've got the straps on. Remember, always use these as a tool. Obviously we want to use them to maximise back growth. So as soon as you feel a bit of biceps or forearms engagement, overdoing some work, then get the straps on. Hey. Okay, exercise 2 is this Nautilus unilateral row. Again, it's one of the new pieces of kit in here, which is really nice, and it's a lovely bit of kit. So, first time using it, got 3 plates per side. See how it goes. Full plates aside. A couple of friendly reminders for the session so far. Firstly, if you're bulking and you've got pull-ups in your plan, technically, as long as you're progressing properly with weight, as in body weight, technically you're progressively overloading every single week. You know, if you're 400 grams up, 200 grams up, you're a kilo up, whatever the weight is, if you weight heavier and you're doing pull-ups, that's progressive overload, mate. Second thing, when you're doing a unilateral based movement, remember to start with your weaker side. So for me, always start with my left, because then all I've got to do is match it with my right. Because chances are, if you're strong on the right side, you're going to get like 12, 13, 14 reps. On the left side, you might get less. So obviously to create a symmetrical and balanced physique, our training needs to be balanced as well. Hey. This is probably a good time to say as well, if you're looking at the weights I'm lifting and you're thinking, bloody hell, great form, great control with such heavy weight. Stop it, I know. But no, seriously, go and watch the video that I posted last week about progressive overload, because there you'll get insight, a little bit of a deeper insight into my training and kind of what I think about during sessions in regards to progressive overload, and why now, 12 years into training, I can lift pretty decently heavy weights, but with pauses, with control, and actually feel the muscle working. So yeah, go check it out, I'll link it up here somewhere. Right, that's really annoying. I'm supposed to be doing dumbbell pullovers, but I've got such bad sunburn from the last couple of days with the sun. Obviously, not going to be from anything else, is it? It's not going to be from the rain. But no, I've got such bad sunburn, I can't lay down on the bench with 35 kilos in my hand. So, cable pullovers it is. Let's get it. Two sets done, bit of biceps, bit of traps, and we're done. Do you want to know as well why I think it's really important to learn to control your movements properly? It's because you're going to get to a certain point quite quickly where well, not quite quickly. If you've been training for a while, possibly quite quickly, where you're starting to stack out machines. Like for me, like already in this gym, I've stacked out 2 chest presses, nearly stacked out the cables for tricep pushdowns and even pullovers. But because I slow movements down, because I add pauses, it obviously makes it more challenging, builds up more fatigue, it makes it more painful, it makes the movement harder. I can't stack those machines yet, or I can't stack this machine yet because of the tempos and stuff. So it's really important to do that, because otherwise you're running up the weights really quickly. But also, how much better and more competent do you look as a lifter being able to full stack machines, but doing it with tempos, pauses, etc. So much more impressive. Just my thoughts. Hello. If you don't have a shrug machine in your gym, you can't grow any traps, unfortunately. No, that's obviously wrong. I mean, obviously especially for barbell or dumbbells, but it just means you've got to get creative. If not, this is obviously a chest press machine, but it works perfectly as a shrug machine. So yeah, don't limit yourself, just get creative if you need to. I normally don't like people when they use like a machine that's made for something else for a different exercise, but in this instance, it's necessary and it's good. Excuse the trim. My mics keep seeming to cut out, but what I was trying to say there was it's just an incline curl variation, doing it single arm, and with the opposite hand, the non-working hand, I'm just holding the bottom of the bench to counterbalance or just to support myself. So give it a go. It's definitely harder than normal. They're just like doing normal incline dumbbell curls, but it's definitely more isolating, so you probably get more out of it. Give it a go. Let's do a quick round or two of posing. I want to. Sorry, mate. Cheers. Right, we've got a quick round or two of posing to do. I want to try and get this done before I either get told off by a staff member or someone comes out the shower. Let's get it. Try to get through in one of these.
I'll give you a minute. Sorry.
Cheers, mate. Sorry. Oh, 2 sets. Thanks, mate. Whew, and that is it, session complete. Funnily enough, I said, didn't I, but I get my kit off and get the posing done before a staff member comes around. Literally, the guy that interrupted the posing was a staff member, and he had that look on his face where he was like, you know when they do that? As if it's not a gym. As if it's not a gym that says bodybuilding outside it. And if it's not a gym that has a gym page on Instagram called K2 Bodybuilding. As if it's one of those, as if it's not one of those gyms, but it literally is called a bodybuilding gym, and they get funny when people pose bodybuilding poses in the gym after a bodybuilding session in their bodybuilding area. Anyway, no hate to you guys that work at the gym, just you know, just if you don't like us posing in certain areas, maybe try and create a dedicated area where we can go and pose, because there's a lot of us in there that do bodybuilding and compete, and there's a lot of young lads that want to compete. So, you know, you want to cater for your members. Coming from a member, coming from a non-gym owner, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Who am I to comment? Anyway, session done. Was an awesome session. I'm just going to whack up a quick screenshot here from my OneFit. So OneFit is just an app that I use to track my sessions, because it's what I coach my clients on, but I've also got myself as a client on there with my program, so I track everything, and it's fucking awesome. So it's a really great way to just make sure that you're able to progress every week, or at least progressively overload each week. And as I said, go and watch my video from last week, which is going to be attached at the end of the video as well, if you want to find more out about progressive overloading. But anyway, great session. Feeling really good. Very much looking forward to getting back on stage in 2027. I'm not going to be doing a 18-month off season. It's just literally going to be a 12-month off season. You know, so I'm going to go for the stage early 2027. So we're going to start prepping in January, and then get on stage hopefully around April-May time, and then just basically compete all the way through the year. So it's going to be a great year. I'm coming to prove what I earned last year. I hear a lot of talk. I'm not much of a talker, I don't think. I tend to, you know, let the physique and let the work do the talking. But there's a lot of big talkers in this natural bodybuilding scene, and it's cool. We need it, you know, to just help to popularize the game a little bit. But you know, these guys talking, thinking they're all that, you know. And yeah, as I said, I just want to come in and just make sure to show everyone that, you know, it's not about how many followers you've got on Instagram, or how many YouTube subscribers or views you get, or fucking, you know, how big of a game you talk. It's about the work you put in behind the scenes, and that's what a lot of these guys forget. You know, you can talk it all, but if you ain't doing the fucking work, you know, you're not going to be rewarded on stage. And what I can say confidently is that I don't talk much about bigging myself up. I've never really been that kind of guy, but I've always been a guy that does the fucking work. I put the work in and get my head down. And I'll tell you what, I love being an underdog, mate. I love being an underdog. So for those that are doubting, please keep it up. Let me know that you're doubting. Comment on this video, or just send it to all your mates in your group chat. That's all good. I like that too. So yeah, anyway, awesome session. Looking forward to 2027. That's what this whole series is about. The off-season series is about prepping, full prep in 2027. So like I said at the very start of the video, make sure to stay tuned, stay in touch with me and my videos by dropping a sub, drop a like, and let the YouTube algorithm know that this is an amazing video that you want to see again. So yeah, anyway, thank you very much for watching. Peace and love. Cheers.